Yeah, Mr. Hitchens, I would just say it's nothing but a lie to say that we're free to smoke cannabis in this country. I went through a degree, a master's, 3 years of employment, and then lost my teaching position because I was found with cannabis on me outside of school time. Somehow it got into the school's hands and I lost my job. I now can't put that on my CV as a reference entirely because of cannabis. As I say, I went through my university, my master's, without any problem. As a result of this one conviction, I now have to lie about 3 years on my teaching CV, which has severely handicapped me. I otherwise than that have no harm towards, or have played no harmful role towards I'm an upstanding member of society, but this has really kind of ruined a certain part of my life, so I don't really see how I benefited.
There must be a question.
So anyway, yeah, that's the point. It's a lie that we're free to smoke cannabis. Basically, the point is that I want to raise to you two. Have you ever socialised or been with or taken part in yourself alcohol in a social context and been slightly tipsy? If so, what is it? Why is it okay for you to be tipsy on a drug of alcohol of your choice, yet it's not okay for us to be a bit stoned? Why is that the case? Peter, if you could give me an answer instead of just arrogance, it would be...
Though the heart sinks, I'll give you an answer. Because I have the first point, I have to say you must have been extraordinarily unlucky or imprudent to get prosecuted for taking cannabis. But you were. But on the other hand, I would also say you knowingly broke the known law of the country, and you can't, after that, complain at the consequences. And I don't see why anybody should sympathise with you for doing that. It is illegal. You broke the law, and that's the consequence you must take. I don't know what point it is you're making here. I absolutely don't know what the point is that you're making. What would be if I said, as a matter of fact, you keep interrupting me so much, I can't answer your question. As a matter of fact, I barely drink alcohol at all. But assuming the answer to your question was yes, what difference would it make to the question before us? If it is the case, as I have argued here, and you probably weren't listening at the time, as I have argued here, if it is the case that alcohol is already a very dangerous poison loose among us, doing dreadful damage to many people, and indeed their families and those who depend upon them and their colleagues, and is something which, if it were being invented and introduced now, and had reached the stage of use that cannabis has, I would campaign just as vigorously for its banning and its driving out of the country as I do with cannabis. What has this got to do with the argument about having another dangerous drug unleashed in the middle of this by rapacious commercial forces represented by these gentlemen? Why is that an argument? How stupid do you have to be not to see that it is not an argument for legalizing cannabis?